Hello. I haven't done a beer review in a while. Haven't felt like it. I've been pretty preoccupied with things, as you know if you watch my channel. But I have been wanting to do this beer, a review on this beer for quite a while. And I drove to Auburn, New York and picked up a 6-pack of it. At Wegmans, this beer cost about $13 for 6 of them, which is an okay price. But what we have here is Firestone Brewery's Wookey Jack Black Rye IPA. Wookey Jack Black Rye IPA. And it is an IPA, a strong IPA. It weighs in at 8.2% alcohol, so it's got some strength to it. And it's black. They used what they call midnight, I gotta look it up, midnight wheat, and it's toasted wheat. So it's got an interesting grain bill in it, to include rye. And I'll get into that right now. In fact, I'll need to print it off or memorize it. Wookey Jack, alcohol by volume, 8.3%. IBUs, 70 IBUs. That's a lot of hops in this. The color is 62, so it's a pretty dark beer. And IBUs at 70, that's way up there. But then they got a lot of grain and alcohol to balance off. This is what the Firestone Brewery's website had to say about it. Big, toasty, malted rye flavors in Wookey Jack offer complex textures with a refined bitter finish. Creating a defiantly different experience for dark beer and IPA fans alike. Both. A 3-time gold medal winner at the Great American Beer Festival. This beer is gnarly on the outside, yet refined on the inside. Available in the winter, and honestly, to my pleasure, I can still get this in June, though it is hard to find. It says here they use Citra and Amarillo hops. I'm not familiar with Citra, but Amarillo is a hops I like. Malts, pale malt, malted rye, a dash of Cara rye, which would be caramelized rye, midnight wheat, which is wheat that's been toasted till it's black, wheat malt, wheat from Bryce, I'm not sure, B-R-I-E-S-S, debittered black malt. So again, if this means anything to anybody, the grain bill is pale malt, malted rye, dash of Cara rye, midnight wheat from Bryce, debittered black malt. And they use Citra and Amarillo hops. I like it when they tell you what's in it, because people like me, maybe I could probably clone this beer. I have brewed a black rye IPA a long time ago, and it came out very well. And I learned that when you use rye, it's like a spice in brewing, and you've got to take it easy with it or it'll overpower. And it's the same as rye bread. It tastes like, it smells like, in imparts a smell and a taste of rye. Think of dark rye bread or rye seeds, whichever. Now the first thing and I went to Wegmans, this is where I buy my beer locally if I'm looking for something different. They have quite a commitment to their beer department. There's quite a bit there. I can't, if I looked at every beer they had there, I'd be there for 45 minutes or so just looking at the beers. But the packaging on this kind of caught my eye. I like the black and purple and gold colors, and that drew me in. That's for marketing. I'm easily marketed. But I like the artwork on the beer can. It drew me in, and I saw Wookey Jack. I thought that's funny. I guess I read somewhere online that it doesn't have anything to do with Star Wars character, the Wookiees. I couldn't stand the Wookiees. I really thought they were the big dog, ape-looking thing. Han Solo's sidekick. guy in some big furry looking suit. No, it had to do with more like California vernacular. At the time when they started brewing this in 2010, the brewers said that they had a lot of fans that followed them for their beers. Now, Firestone Walker Brewery has 3 breweries in California, and if you're interested, look it up. Sorry. One's in Fresno, I forget the other 2. But they have 3 breweries, so apparently they have a following. And one of the brewers said they named it Wookey Jack because it made them think of their followers, you know, like people that follow music bands, these people follow these brewers. And it's like dank with dreadlocks. So it's just kind of the hoppy hippie beer scene around this brewery and the people that brew it. But it can mean whatever you want it to mean, really. So, that said, let's see what we got here. This thing holds 2.5 beers, just so you know. Just so you know. So this might be a bit of a long beer review, just so you know. You know, it finally occurred to me. It said, get rid of the black curtain, just turn the lights off and just walk in. We'll see how it looks when it's done. Oh, God. Get to the beer, Tim. All right, I like the can. I already talked about the can. What's it say on the can, more specifically? Firestone's Wookey Jack. Whatever. I'll put an image of the can up, maybe. All right, I'm going to get to the beer. I can't wait. I haven't done this in a while. I smell hops, citrus. I smell citrus. I'm not picking up the rye, but I'm going to tell you what, my sinuses are messed up, and I made a video earlier tonight about spiritual matters, details on a certain event that I posted tonight. And it's so smoky outside from the wildfires north in Canada. It really working my eyes and my sinuses over. So I'm not smelling things too well. All right, so I'm going to pour the pour. Let's see what it looks like. Now there's like, I think it was 70. It was 70 IBUs and 60 or 62 SRMs, which it means it's a pretty dark beer. All right, we'll see about that. Looks pretty brown to me. Dark brown. You could see it. The color representation of this camera is very good, I will say. I mean, I use my phone, the S23 Ultra, quite a lot now. I'm going to put 2 of them in there. I think I earned it. I got a job today. I got hired. So I got a job and I finished those videos, which were difficult for me, but I felt it was God's work, and I had to do that before I did anything like this. Because you never know if you're going to have the time to do it. You don't know how much. We don't know. God's work must come first. And I got a job today, and I got a lot of work done around the house. Oh, it looks dark brown. Looks like very good color. Ooh, let's see what it smells like. Alright, now I can smell a bit of rye. I smell hops and I smell rye. And I gotta tell you, once again, we're still like under a cloud of forest fire smoke around here, so I got all the doors and windows closed, the AC turned off, and I'm still pretty kind of feeling it a little bit. I smell a little rye and hops. You're going to smell the rye. Whoa, that's a nice color. That's what I like about this mug that somebody thought was a flower vase. I bought it on eBay under flower vases used. You can see the colors through it. as you see. The bottom there, you know? These two little nods, whatever you want to call it. So, considering it was supposed to be like 60 or 62 SRMs, not as dark as I thought it would be. More of a very dark reddish brown. And the head on it is very fine head. And let's see how cold this beer is. I got a new meat thermometer. Yeah, I got a new meat thermometer. Oh God, I tell you, that smoke was starting to get to me, honestly. I wonder how many other people, I talked to people today when I was out, young and old, and they said it was really starting to bother them. Alright, this has been in my fridge for a while, so 48 degrees Fahrenheit, dropping 46. I thought it would be colder than that. I put it in my freezer for the last 30 minutes. Open up the box. I guess this is 46 degrees Fahrenheit because I don't see it moving. 46 degrees Fahrenheit. I would have preferred it colder, but 46 is a good temperature for this too. Really. Some would say about the ideal temperature for an IPA, but it's personal preference, and I used to like it warm, but now I tend to like my beers cold, very cold, regardless of what they are, stout or whatever. Well, here we go, the taste. Wookey Jack Black Rye IPA. Oh, it's good. It's really good. It's smooth, strong. I don't taste the alcohol in it. I taste the rye, and I taste a smooth, it's kind of creamy. It's very good. Oh man, that's good. That's very good. My opinion. It's bittersweet, and that's why I like Guinness, because Guinness gives you the bittersweet. So it kind of gives you, I eat my food really spicy, and because that opens up my sinuses, some of it, and I've had sinus problems for quite a few years, which are why my eyes look like they do sometimes. It's just non-stop. It's whatever. But this gives a kind of a very full palette of taste range. And I get the, hold on a second. Get the sweet up front. Sweet. Then you get the rye and the hops down the back. The finish is rye and hops. And the whole thing is very drinkable and very smooth. And almost like a creamy, kind of milkshakey kind of, goes down pretty smooth. Oh, this is a good beer. They got a winner here, and I hope they brew it year round. They say they only brew it 6 months out of the year. I thought I had more than that for a candle there.